What is going on, everyone? Welcome on into Rome's Reality Podcast. It's your boy Rome from Survivor 47, and I'm joined alongside a couple of my friends. We're going to be breaking down this episode number 3. First off, coming out of Vegas, we've got my boy Kevin. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Rome?
Not much. Another day, you know. What's going on? My boy Jake coming out of the Chi-Town. How you feeling, man?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Doing good. We just had an absolutely insane episode of Survivor, to say the least. I will say it was cinema. Like, I must say that. It was definitely cinema. My goodness.
If there's one word I could use to describe that show, it was cinema, absolutely.
The vibes were immaculate.
Yes. This was absolutely... Well, they weren't immaculate for everyone. Let's just say that.
Not for everyone. No,
not for everyone.
No.
If you weren't wearing a blue buff, the vibes were immaculate. But
yeah,
yikes! Let's go ahead and jump into the episode, man. First off, we're just gonna jump into it. Kella, they are struggling. All right,
they got like a cold open too. Like,
yeah, it's definitely tough. When you're the tribe that loses the first two. Thank goodness I won my first 2, but then we lost 2 in a row. And I can tell you that 6-day stretch of losing 2 in a row, like that is rough. Like of having no flint, no like anything. Like it's definitely tough. So 6 days in, I can understand how Kella is feeling because I've been there.
Right. And it's funny because you had mentioned that when these challenges and stuff, they're like kind of designed to run with like 5. So when you're looking here, seeing the 4, everybody's down, but you're hopeful that maybe something will shake and change, you know?
Yeah. No, for sure. Like it's crazy. In the last podcast, I literally said like we've never seen 2 people sit out of a challenge before, and spoiler, Jeff had 3 people sit out from each tribe. This tribe, I'm like, we're just skipping
2 was 6.
We're just skipping steps at this point. Like they didn't even swap nothing. They just. But I guess there was so much going on with the medevac. They probably were like, look, we don't have time to plan for a swap and like replan and reswap and spray paint over the tribe names that they're about to do the challenge on and all this. Like it probably would have been a lot to make a swap.
Yeah. But let's jumping way ahead. But
also, like, they were planning on this being 4 people. That's another thing I was surprised about, it seems like. So, but yes, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back. You're right, because we are jumping way ahead. But there's so much in this episode. It's easy to get sidetracked when it comes to this one, because it was cinema, like we said. And when things are cinema, there's a lot to talk about. So Kella is struggling, but Sophie, she is talking with Jeremiah about how she potentially wants to get Alex out because of his idol, and she's worried about his idol. Now, Jake, do you feel like this was Sophie being genuine, like throwing Alex's name out there a little bit, or do you feel like, she was just kind of making Jeremiah feel a little bit more comfortable now that they're down to 4?
I think she seems like the type of person, the type of player who will throw every noodle of spaghetti at the wall and see which one sticks. Like she's not committed to anything just yet. She's willing to like put a feeler out there and see what might happen. And I think that's a good strategy.
Actually, I think she's committed to doing what's best for Sophie.
Well, I mean, yeah. Isn't that the goal for every player?
No, but what I mean by that is that she is out there. She's like, I don't think Alex is best for me. So I think Jake and Jeremiah are much better for me. So let's start throwing a little stuff. Because remember last episode, she was trying to like literally snake that idol. You see what I did there, snake? So she tried to literally snake that idol away from Alex.
Yeah.
To begin with.
Like, and she said multiple times in this episode, Jeremiah is her number 1.
Correct. Because she knows that bromance of Jake and Alex is just too much for her to like break through. So I don't think it's. I like the spaghetti aspect because she's just trying to see what sticks. But I think she's trying to see what sticks to make sure it works specifically for her, not just like what works out, like what works particularly for her.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And I'll say she's doing a good job of it because it doesn't seem like people are running around behind her back saying, "Oh, Sophie said this about you," you know. Now that could have happened, but it wasn't shown. So like clearly it's showing Sophie as like, you know, being a smart character. So then we move over to the Hina tribe, and we got one of my personal, and I understand their situation, but one of my personal least favorite things in the new era is a group idol search, man. A group idol search where everyone is looking for the
Doesn't
idol.
love a great group idol search.
Now I will say
I don't like it.
I will say this. It was smart, and I'm glad that we got the point of view from MC and Steven because they at least put some strategy behind it. They said if we're going to search as a group, let's at least split up into 3 and 3. That way we each of us know, no matter what, if the idol gets found where it is. And that was smart. And then what ended up happening? MC finds the idol, and then she doesn't share it with anyone that she found it with or anyone that was in her group. And then she waits for Steven, and on the beach, they celebrate and have a great time, and it looks like they're really the tight duo, and now MC's got an idol in her pocket. Or at least a beware advantage in her pocket. She's got to lose first, which, I mean, they don't do
But
yet.
that's what we were talking about last episode, right? Remember when Matt was like telling MC what was up, and then MC was like, cool. Let me go tell Sophie that they're coming for her.
Yep.
The reason was she knew that Steven wasn't really rocking with Matt that tightly. She knew that she can pull Steven. I thought it was going to be Christina. But she's like, me, Steven, Sophie, we could blindside Matt and get him up out of here.
I mean, Jake, what are your thoughts about this? Do you think that this was like a smart move by them? Do you think that MC might be playing a little bit too hard? Do you think that like this could come back to bite her at all?
I think MC is playing potentially the best game of this point in the game. I think she's doing a really good job of like letting people know only enough information.
I could see that happening. I mean, I could definitely see her playing one of the best games by far. Like, I'd say easily she's playing like a top 3 game right now. But also she hasn't lost, so we haven't seen their tribal lines really be tested, you know? So, like...
It's hard to say because it's, you know, it's just been the Kaylee show so far. Yeah. It was like, yeah, you know, it's the pre-merge. It's always going to happen in the new era. But it's just one tribe every episode. But from what we've seen of MC's tribe, I feel like she is playing the best game of that group. But it's hard, like, it's hard because, you know, there's not much for them to do because they keep winning.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's where it gets a little bit tough to break this tribe down. But, I mean, shout out to them. We'll just go ahead and move on because, like, as of right now, like, respect to them, the Hina tribe, they're not really relevant to the story, like, whatsoever. We haven't really gotten much from them. We got this idol thing because they found it. Like, it's day 6, and they're literally saying, like, hey, guys, we should find it. Like, let's not, like, be that tribe that never finds it. Like, someone find it. You know what I'm saying? That's, like, that's kind of wild that, like, nobody had the initiative to go look for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, in my opinion, but... Hey, it is what it is. You know, you can't tell everyone to go look for an idol, especially in this new era. People take like going on walks by yourself as like, you know, big red flags and things like that. So if you've never lost, I can understand maybe never going to look for an idol or something like that. But
at least they got a little bit more airtime, you know?
Yeah, we did see a little bit more Hina.
That's true.
That is very true. But I don't think we see Hina again. That was it from Hina. Right? Yeah, that was it from Hina. Wow, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Wow. that was all we were going to get the whole rest of the episode, and that was the second scene. All right, so off of Hina, we are now over to the Uli tribe, where Sage is suspicious of Savannah and Rizzo because they talk quietly together. Kevin, what are your thoughts about this?
So everyone knows, Roman, people are whispering. Obviously, they're suspicious. No, I understand where Sage is coming from, right? She said it because she mentioned not only do they talk quietly, she said people are obviously bonding, people are obviously connecting, but no one's connecting with her. And she talks about it with um Jawan. She says like I'm watching them talk, but no one's is anyone talking to you? And he's like, nah. And then she says I'm watching Rizzo talk to Savannah. I'm watching Nate talk to Savannah. They're all look like they're having a good old time. But ain't nobody talking to us. Are we on the outs? So I see where she is like coming from.
Yeah.
And so like it's not just the quiet, but like when she talks to Shannon about it, she's got to have like a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I mean, the quiet whispers is like a lame one, but she got to have something. You know, she's got to have some kind of reason.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's got to be a little bit more than that. But also, I understand. And shout out to Sage. Sage was my alternate. You know what I'm saying? Now that we've gotten more airtime of this tribe.
So you know now?
Yes, because now that we got more airtime at Hina and more time at Uli in this episode, I was able to figure out. I'm like, okay, that was definitely Sage that was sitting at the table. Okay, so shout out to Sage, the alternate for my season. But yeah, so honestly, I can understand it if it's day 6 and no one has come to you and been like, "Hey, you're going to be in an alliance with me." Guess what? There's an alliance somewhere, and if like
it's not here,
so it's not here right now. So that's where she's like, "Hold on, wait a second, Jawan. You haven't had anyone come talk to you in alliance. I haven't had it. Maybe we're the two on the outs." Like it's starting to actually click, and she's even saying to Rizzo, like, maybe I'm starting to get paranoid. And little does she know, she has every right to be paranoid because she is on the out. So sometimes in Survivor, when you have that gut feeling, trust it because you might be right.
Correct. I mean, that's she's seeing it happen right there in real time. She's seeing it in real time.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty. What are your thoughts about Savannah's response to this? Like Jake, how do you feel about how Savannah responded?
I am finding myself more and more pro Savannah with every episode.
More in what?
And more pro Savannah. I really like her personality. And I feel like a lot of people are not into Savannah so far in the community, but I don't know. She's the type of player I like. She's like the modern day Courtney Yates, I think. And that's the type of player I like.
Okay.
And modern day Courtney Yates. That's an interesting take. I like the fact that I like the fact that Savannah and Sophie are like the main narrators on the season so far, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, they're doing a solid job for sure. The thing that I'll say is Savannah. The fact that Shannon immediately went to Savannah and told her what was going down, like, hey, they're like Sage is already talking about you, and she's saying this about you and Rizzo specifically. Like, she laid it out for her immediately. Like, that's exactly what you want in an alliance member, somebody that'll immediately report back to you, and that's exactly what happened. So it seems like Savannah's 4 is ridiculously strong. The fact that they're willing to, be so tight and share this information, and I'm sure that is going to get around to Nate. And the way that Savannah was spinning it, not just, oh, my name is getting thrown out there, but guess what? If she's willing to throw my name out there and I didn't know, she's willing to throw your name out there when you don't know too. She's dangerous. That is a great way to spin it to where now Shannon really doesn't want to work with Sage.
I do love the fact that Savannah just changes her mind on who she of the two, which one she wants out each time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, she's like episode by episode.
Yeah. She's like, is it Jawan today? Is it Sage today?
My thing is like,
what sticks in my bag? It might have to be Jawan. Sage saying I'm whispering. Got to be Sage. It's got to be.
They're all so worried on Uli, on Hina, about who's going next from their tribe, but like none of them have lost even once. Like At no point have they had to actually worry about this.
But I was the same
It's
way. I'm
always
not gonna
been
lie.
Yeah.
It's because we didn't lose the first two, and so we were chilling. We won the fishing gear. Like, you got to think, like, we had a little bit of food in our bellies. Like, we felt good going into that third immunity challenge, right? Like, at least better than the day before, right? So going into it, that night before, I was definitely talking strategy because I knew there's a possibility that we might lose, and if we do lose, I want to make sure that I'm good to go. And so I was definitely making sure that me and my alliance were feeling good about each other, like heading into the immunity challenge. And like even at the immunity challenge, when we were losing, like when I realized we were losing, and Teeny was like super dejected over like how he performed in the challenge. Like the whole time, I was literally saying, "Hey, it's gonna be all right. Like you're gonna make it through to tomorrow. Like don't even worry about it. Like because I knew like we're good to go. You know, we got our 4. Like we're good to go tonight. Like don't even worry about it. Don't let it get to you." So I can understand like them being a little bit worried and scrambling because if you don't have that security, if you don't have an idol in your pocket, if you don't know where the idol is on your beach, it is a real toss-up about who's going to be the first boot from your tribe. So I can totally understand them both being suspicious day 6. I can totally understand it. So it might seem wild from an outside point of view, but as someone that's been there, I totally get it.
I hear that.
Yeah. But then we go to the real part of the episode. You know,
let's get to it. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, let's talk about
the main topic.
Yeah, the main topic. Now, Jake in the game happened to get bit by a sea crate snake. And I thought it was very interesting. They got a nice zoom in of the snake itself, the snake that bit him. You know, he was just chilling on the beach after. Like, it didn't seem like it was aggressive. But man, did they ever break the fourth wall on this one. They showed how worried everyone was. They showed the medical. They showed the producer like coming in and talking with them at first and saying, "Let me see it. Let me send a picture over to the doc team." They showed Alex, you know, being worried in a confessional and even saying like, "Listen, we get a handbook while we're out here. We can go to this handbook at any time and we can look up what we're able to eat, what's venomous, what to look out for." And literally, they zoom in on the handbook. I am mind blown that they showed this. They zoom in on the handbook. It's got 2 types of snakes there. There's a brown one and a black and white one. And they said the black and white one is extremely venomous, and it's right there in the handbook. So Alex reads this, like he double checks it in the handbook, and then he goes back out, and he says, "I don't even want to scare Jake right now. I don't want to scare him and let him know that this thing is insanely poisonous, right? Like if you get bit by it, it's a problem. It's 10 times more dangerous than a rattlesnake." So that right there is absolutely absurd, right? Then Jake, they pretty much say like, "All right, Jake, you got to get in this boat, right? You got to get in this boat." Wait. First of all, hold on. I want to get your guys' reactions to them breaking the fourth wall and showing the handbook. What are your guys' thoughts about this?
So before this, right, Jake is sitting in the water and just chilling. And then the snake comes out of nowhere. Mind you, like you said last week, the snake, you said there's 2 snakes out there.
Yep.
They told y'all there's 2 snakes. There's one, not a problem on land.
Yep.
One, big problem in the water.
Yep.
And then you said the fact that they had a picture of the one that was a problem in the water is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one. We just seen it. So the fact that it just came up and was like, "Hey, Jake, what you doing down here, dog?" And then just bit him. That was wild to me to begin with. So then when we see the handbook, I was like, "Oh, they got books out there?" I didn't even realize. Y'all have a book. Y'all got books out there. I'm like, "Oh."
There are books on the island. There are books. No.
Y'all got books?
And the crazy thing about that is Survivor's actually based on a book, so...
Really?
That's true.
I didn't know that.
True. Yeah. What's the name of it? I forgot what it is.
Oh God! I bring it up and then I immediately forget.
I know what
Swiss
you're talking about.
Family Robinson.
Swiss Family Robinson. Yeah.
Oh, Swiss Family Robinson. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but this right here was interesting. I don't know if the snake was like, "Hey, listen, you the shoe bandit. You taking everybody's shoes. How about I nibble on your foot? How about that? Like I mess with your toes. How about?"
It did feel like foot karma.
A little bit of foot karma. Definitely a little bit of foot karma. And I thought that was definitely interesting, but I'm very glad
It's
that Jake's
foot-stolen valor.
Yeah. I'm
It
very
was
glad
funny 'cause-
Jake is alive. I'll say that. Spoiler alert: Jake lives.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Then it shows.
I really did appreciate that update at the end of the episode.
Yes, for sure. Then it shows Jake getting into the boat. It shows Jake, starting to lose energy. It shows him foaming at the mouth a little bit, like spitting up into the boat. Like
Yeah.
they literally showed those are the boats. Like if you ever those are the boats we get transferred into challenges back to our when Jeff's like, all right, here's a.
Was he genuinely foaming at the mouth?
I mean, he was spitting. So, there was foam coming out of his mouth. I don't know if he was really foaming at the mouth, you know what I'm saying? But, I might be exaggerating.
Yeah.
But he was
The man
spitting up
had
in the boat.
rabies.
Yeah. But he was spitting up in the boat. Like, he was clearly, down bad. And then they show him literally getting out of that boat onto the metal platforms, like the metal, what do you call them? I don't know what you call them. Docks, right? The metal docks that go way out in the ocean. You get on those. Those are like the scary metal docks that you got to walk on all the time. He literally gets onto one of those like he just got into a major car accident. They got to keep his neck and spine still, and they strap him down. They tie it up his leg, up his calf to make sure that if there is any venom, it's not going to spread. Like they really do it up. They fully carry him out. They get him to the hospital area, and my goodness, they show everything. They show the full medical treatment.
The moment they put him on the gurney, I was like, I don't know if he knows this, but he's not coming back in the game. I don't know if he's aware, but that's a wrap for him in this game. No matter what happens now.
Yeah.
I did really appreciate the doctor shaking his head at the end, being like, "Come on, man, you know he's not coming back."
Before Jeff,
I know you gotta ask, but come on.
but keep going. They show him get strapped up.
So they show him strapped up. They show him get to the hospital. Full medical equipment. He getting all the IVs. Once he got the IV, that was okay. Now that you've got some outside substance, you're not gonna go back into the game. That was my right.
That's when you were like, oh, that's a wrap.
Because you can't go back and be like, hey, what up, Kella? We got to vote somebody out. I just got an IV. I feel great. You know what I'm saying? It was a dry bite. He thought they were gonna get me. Come on. Oh man. But
just a dry bite. Nothing to worry about.
But then they show a panicked Jeff showing up to the hospital in a rush. You could see the speed walk. He was very, very nervous. Jeff, he walks in and he gets the info and he stands behind Jake. He gets into his hosting mode and Jeff does not stop working, man. I respect it, bro. He understands. Listen, this is part of Jake's story. Yes, it might seem a little bit wild to really get a breakdown and talk still as a host and not act like we're off camera, still understand so what exactly is going on with Jake right now? How sure are we? He's still in his hosting mode because he understands that this could be used and might be something that Jake would want to see later. And guess what? It is. Shout out to Jake. I just got off the phone with him. He's in great spirits, by the way. He's at a Bryson Wendell party in San Francisco right now. To anyone that's was there tuning in or listening, I'm saying shout out to him. But make sure you show him some love and all that on social media. But yeah, he's in good spirits. So this whole thing gets shown, Jeff comforting him, all that stuff, and I appreciate it. Then the big question is, will he play? That is at this point what everyone's wondering about. Is he going to play again? Because it seems like he's okay. They say right now his symptoms haven't reacted to what it would be like if he actually got bit and the venom went through, right? He definitely got bit, but it was a dry bite. They have the assumption it was a dry bite as of now, right? And so that's the cliffhanger that we get. And then we go to Kella. We get a cutscene over to Kella. And it shows Alex, Sophie, and Jeremiah worried because they have no idea what is about to happen. And then it cuts back to the hospital. It shows Jeff, Jake, and the doctor talking. They can confirm that it was a dry bite, but then they also confirm what we suspected, that he cannot continue to play. What are your thoughts about this, Jake?
Here's the insider information about the snake bite that Jake experienced. It hurt. It hurt my foot a lot. And I didn't appreciate that snake. So me and the snake are actually beefing now. You can see us on Survivor 51, Redemption Island 2, Jake the Canadian versus Snake the Secret. And I
makes
hated
sense.
this. I hated it so much. I'm never a fan of a medevac, obviously. They're always heartbreaking. But this one, maybe just because it's my own namesake, but it hit especially hard. It's like, I mean, Rome, did you ever have any interactions with this snake?
No, I never saw a snake. The scariest thing that I saw was a shark. Um, that was the scariest thing that I saw. But honestly, like that snake is probably more dangerous than the shark. Like realistically, like the shark was probably like a
Yeah.
7, 8 foot shark. Like it was looking right at me, so I didn't know what it was when it was looking at me while I was out there fishing. And it was just hovering over the deep end, and I was like, "What is that circle?" Because it was just a gray circle, and then I just see it turn to the right, and I see his whole body, and he just swims out into the deep end, and I'm like, "Oh, that was a shark just staring at me!" Like I had no
Whoa.
idea, but yeah, like the good thing was I had the Hawaiian sling cocked and loaded, so like if it did just dart at me, like man, that would have been cinema. But regardless, that was the craziest situation I had. I didn't run into that snake. I didn't see it. I didn't look for it either. The fact that it just crawled up onto the beach is wild. Like that's honestly scary. Like, and that's why I appreciate at the immunity challenge, Jeff reassuring the players, like, look, we got a bunch of crew underwater. We got people here. We got staff on deck. We're gonna make sure that this water, you're good to go. You're safe in the water. You know what I'm saying? So I can definitely appreciate Jake reiterating that or Jeff reiterating that as well as the challenge. Do you think now? Here's the question. I'm going to ask each of you and then give my opinion. Jake, do you feel like they should have let Jake play since it was
No.
a dry bite?
If they had determined it had been a dry bite on the beach and they didn't give him any fluids or anything, and were like, "Bro, can you survive?" And he was like, "Of course I can survive. I'm Canadian." Then, like, yeah, go for it, 100%. But as soon as he was taken off the premises and was given the IV and everything, you're done. You're out. And then when the doctor's like, "Come on, man, you're like, we already took care of you. You know the game's already over for you." Like, that's it.
Kevin, what's your
I mean, like,
Do you think
once
he should have come back?
I mean, once he gets the IV, that's a wrap. I mean, like no
right.
one else
You can't
had
get an IV on
nutrients.
an island.
You can't once you have the nutrients, you can't come back to the game. That's just how that is. Even if it's a dry bite, but they have to treat it as if it's a real thing because, like you were saying, how venomous this snake is. You gotta treat it like a real thing because this thing sounds like it could shut you down. And he was saying, I got a son on the way. Like you got to treat it like just the real thing.
Yeah.
They treated this guy like he was about to win for more than anybody else who's ever been out in the third episode, I think. I'd have to go back and check, but
that's a hero.
Yeah, he really did. And I was like, oh man, maybe he could make it all the way. And then episode 3, no, just kidding.
And he even said, I know I could win this game. He even said that. Like, that's an incredible thing to leave in there, you know? But I will say this as well. Like, listen, what are the craziest top 3 medevacs in Survivor history at this point? We got Jake getting bit by a sea crate. We got Scoopin falling face first into a fire. And we got Caleb almost overheating and passing out, right? Those are the top 3. I think that Jake's is crazy, right? I think his is the craziest. Because like, he could have, like, if that wasn't a dry bite, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, he's dead.
Yep.
Like, that's one of the most
100%.
So, when it comes to this, in my opinion, Scoopin came back. Caleb came back. I don't see how Jake doesn't come back.
I don't see how Jake doesn't come back either.
I don't know. Does Jake want to play again?
Oh yeah, he definitely wants to play again.
No
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think Jake plays again.
The only thing that cut his game short was literally Mother Nature. Like, why wouldn't you want to come back after that?
Yeah.
Now he has a son.
Well, I
He's
guess
got
we
a son
can.
now. He needs that $1 million.
Well, I guess now that
No,
he's
but I mean, like now he may not want to leave his son.
Mm.
for $1 million, I think he'd head out again. I think I'm guessing if he would miss the birth of his son, he wouldn't mind missing him like a year or two old for a month. I think that'd be okay.
Yeah, it's only like 2 months out of this kid's life. He's not going to remember.
Okay, so I guess we can jump ahead since Jake essentially his elimination was there. He gets eliminated third. He gets 16th place officially. Do we
Sucks.
want / think they will play again? I'll let you go first, Jake.
I mean, yeah, 100%. Either second chances 2. I could see him coming back first ballot Hall of Famer for, I guess not Hall of Famer, but second chance ballot. And if not that, was it Philippines when they took 3
Game
people who had
changers.
been medevac
Game changer.
to
Right?
be captains? No,
yeah.
Game
It
Changers
was
also
it was
season.
Russell Swan and
Yeah.
Pinner and Scoobin.
Yeah. Right, and I hate that we have to talk about Scoopin so much this episode, but it is what it is.
He is what it is. Now the thing is though, so they come back and they go back. They
Wait.
then
I want to
jump
hear from you as well, Kevin. Do you want / think they will play again?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. It's why wouldn't Jake play again? The situation that he's in that he ends up getting into, that's tough. It's just a tough look.
Do either of you know what like the general audience reaction to Jake has been?
I'm sure they love him.
The episode I haven't been on Twitter. I have no idea. We just recorded this the second it ended. I have no idea. I'm assuming people are gonna love him. He got a hero edit. Like I don't see how he doesn't come back. Like Bruce came back and he was there for 30 seconds before getting injured. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bruce came back because production fucked up.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about that.
I'm just looking at the just looking at the evidence.
I don't know about that. I think people just wanted to see him play again, and it made sense. So like, but this is a situation where like, bro has a lot of agency. Like, he in my opinion was in the best position on that tribe. He had 2 people wanting to work with him, pretty much like right there, like neck and like that's what you want.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Personally, yes. Do I want to see Jake play again? Yes. Do I think they'll play again? Yes. If history will repeat itself, yes. I think that we will see Jake back on our screens at some point in the 50s. Whether that's 50, 53, or 59 or whatever, because I guess 51 and 52 are going to be newbie seasons as of now. So we'll see how.
Of course.
How that? Wait, you don't.
Yeah. When I'm ready for another All-Star. I know 50 is going to be an All-Star season, but I'm ready for another All-Star season that's not like a Legends season, I'd love another like second chancers or All-Stars or Blood versus Water, even fans versus favorites. I think that would be so fun.
Okay.
But I know they don't want to do that anymore, so.
Hey, we'll see. You never know. All right, so
that's true.
Okay, I was surprised though that this happened so early in the episode, right? Because I'm like, if he gets medevac, last time I saw a medevac, I thought like we had no elimination, we had no tribal, and that was it.
Yeah,
that's so I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, this is pretty early. Are we having a tribal count? Are we still having a tribal council? Then we go right to a challenge, and I said, "Oh my lord, we gonna lose another person."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we can just go ahead and jump to it, but like just to wrap up this Jake segment, man. Like Jake, you're a hell of a person, bro. It was incredible meeting you. Like
Thanks,
I appreciate you coming down. Not you. Jake, I appreciate you. Jake Latimer, I appreciate you coming down to Kansas, man. having a good time, playing Mafia with all of us, man. It was awesome staying with you at the Airbnb, just kicking it with you, getting to know you and your wife for a few days, man. It was absolutely incredible. You're an amazing person. I'm super glad that
Uh,
that snake knew not to mess with you and put the real venom in you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate I appreciate that secret for not taking you out completely. It's unfortunate it took you out the game though, and I hope to see you play again. And hopefully you get to play again, man. Hopefully we'll see you back out on the island one day. And got nothing but love for you, brother. And it's awesome that they gave you the tribute as well. And just best of luck and best wishes, brother. I love you, man. But yeah, so then we get to the immunity challenge. The boats are arriving, like you said, and Jeff breaks it down to the other tribes. They are confused. You can see the confusion on their face. They're like, "Why is there only 3 people coming out?" Jeff's like, Jake is clearly not with this tribe, and they let him know that he got pulled from the game. And there's going to be 3 people sitting out from Hina and Uli. Now, their reactions, I completely understand. When you've been sitting high in Survivor and you know that there's a group that has just been decimated, you understand a couple things. You know that, one, we have nothing to do with the storyline of the show right now, right? Like, even if the winner of our season comes from one of our tribes, we have nothing to do with the show right now just because they keep going to tribal. Everything's happening with them. They just had a medevac too. Like, what is going on over there, right? Like, they are getting decimated to the highest of heavens, right? So you're just down bad because, like, they're down bad and you know it. Like, it's never a fun thing really as a player, even on a winning tribe, to watch a disaster tribe happen. Like, yeah, it's okay because you're safe, but like it's still sad to watch. And I think Jason broke that down in a great way. Like, you don't want to see anyone struggling that much. It's tough. So the fact that 3 people sat out from Uli and Hina, I thought that was wild because we literally talked about it on the last podcast. We don't remember the last time Jeff's had 2 people sit out in a challenge from a tribe, right? Like, so the fact we jumped straight to 3, this is unprecedented waters for Survivor. Like, this challenge was the water challenge that my tribe did with 5 people. Like, we did it with 5 people, this challenge, right? They're doing this one with 3. Like, that is wild that it got cut down that much.
It's crazy
I'll be honest.
that we went down to 3. Crazy.
Yeah, it was weird to see that many people on the bench. Like, part of me was like, what if these 5 or 6 people told Jeff, like, hey, we're gonna actually make our own tribe. This group here, we want to be our own tribe, and you figure out what's going to go on with the rest of them. Like, would Jeff go for that? Would he be like, oh, I love a twist?
I think the only way that they could have spun it or like done something was like, I don't even know, because there's 13 people, so like there's no way, you can't even break it down. Would it be 4, 4, and 5? Like, it would just be awkward.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So like, and you can't do 2 because it's like 6 and 7, and like it's not made for 6 people. So like, it just literally doesn't make any sense to do that. You just gotta run the challenge and sit people out. Like,
what if they did like remember a thing called Exile Island? And sometimes they would send one person to Exile Island, and then one tribe would go to tribal council, vote somebody out, and the person at Exile Island would just then replace that person. That's an option.
Yeah, but on the fly to add that rule would be like so ingenuine to the game itself. Like, that would never be a thing.
It's fair.
Jeff is all about being true to the game. That's not something Jeff would let fly.
Yeah.
Jeff wouldn't let that.
That's 100% true. That's one thing I've known about Jeff Probst for watching this show for 25 years. Yeah. He's always true.
So, here we go, man. Here we go. Let's go ahead and talk about it. The immunity challenge for Uli, we got Savannah, Nate, and Sage run it. For Kella, we got Alex, Jeremiah, and Sophie. For Hina, we got Steven, Christina, and Jason. This is a pretty even challenge all around. Different tribes struggle at different parts. And then we get to the puzzle. It's pretty even with all the tribes, and then it just is a brick wall for Kella. They just, in the middle of the challenge, they just can't seem to get more pieces, and they just fall apart. Hina wins first place. Uli gets second place. And Kella is going to tribal, and for the first time in the new era of Survivor, it took all the way to season 49, we are going to get a tribe going from 6 directly to 2 before any other tribe loses a member.
What crazy play is so bad about puzzles? Like, what is the missing piece? you might say.
To be good at puzzle, I have no idea. I didn't get One Piece. I have no idea.
Do you not remember how bad Rome was at puzzles?
I haven't practiced a puzzle
Yeah.
since then. Like, I hate puzzles.
Rome was
Bro,
you're asking
I
the
haven't
wrong
practiced
person.
the puzzle since 8th grade.
In this situation, it was Alex. Alex is the one that's bad at the puzzles. He literally was spinning all the puzzle piece around in a circle.
I mean, he literally said he loves jigsaw puzzles, though. He said that. He
I heard
did
him,
say that in the
but I
challenge in
now
his first
also have seen him though. I've seen him.
Hey, you can love something,
I've
but not
seen
be
it with
good
my
at it.
eyes.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You know, I
Correct.
play
He-
basketball at LA Fitness, and I see a lot of people that love basketball to come to play. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the- what are you doing on the court,
Look,
bro?
I love Survivor. I think I'd be out after 4 days.
And that's being real with yourself. You know, that's being real. But
Yeah. I know me.
But long story short, this challenge ends, and I think the big thing to talk about is that nobody celebrates. Either tribe, there's no celebration. What are your thoughts about
How
this?
can you?
What do you think?
How can you?
Yeah.
How can you? Like they lost the dude that's the biggest on their tribe, right? That dude also was like giving life, right, to the tribe. Everybody seemed pretty happy. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, there's 3 people. They say they're doing it for dude, and then they get there and they lose in the puzzle once again.
Yeah.
Like, you're happy, but like all you're doing is rubbing it in their face. Because of the 3, they're going down to 2. And you don't know if the swap is coming or what, or if the 2 of them are going to go back. They haven't had any food. They haven't had any fire. They're cold. They're wet. And it's just, that's it.
Yeah.
You can't celebrate.
Like, no matter what happens to them, you feel bad.
Yeah. You can go back and celebrate in a minute when you get back to the crib, but you can't do that right here in front of them.
Yeah. So I think that what I'll say about this is there was a similar situation on my season. It was actually when I didn't get a piece of the puzzle, right? There was a moment where, you know, we were the first tribe to the puzzle, right? We get there, none of us were good at it. We said, whatever, me and Genevieve, let's do it. Let's lock in. We locked in and it didn't work, right? So we were just sitting there. They were the first ones to finish because they had the puzzle geniuses. They had, you know, Annika and Rachel, so they finished it immediately. And shout out to Rachel, she got like a new puzzle game out or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Go check that out if you're into puzzles. But yeah, they finished the puzzle. They immediately they literally started to celebrate and then immediately got quiet. And like, obviously I'm sitting there not getting a piece for 20 minutes. So like I'm paying attention to the other tribes a little bit, you know. So I know they just finished and I can hear them like telling each other like, no, like that, like let's not celebrate, because like they're clearly struggling, right? Because they could see we were down bad. We hadn't eaten in how many, God knows how many days. Like we were, you know, we were really struggling. And so we did actually take that as a sign of respect from Gato, when the fact that they like didn't celebrate, you know, that they finished first. So I can understand these 2 tribes doing the exact same thing out of a sign of respect. Like, we understand what you're going through and it's not easy, so we're not going to gloat in your face just because we're having a good time. And I think that is one of the most respectable things that a Survivor player can do when you're winning out there.
Well, even not just a Survivor player, any competitor, right? Like, if you're competing against somebody, that is sportsmanship right there.
Yeah.
Because like you're not trying to rub it in nobody's face like that. It's just messed up. Straight up, it's just messed up.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. But yeah. So here we go, man. So Kella, officially the biggest disaster tribe of the new era, and it is time to scramble. So we come back from commercial, and they have a very awkward 3-person talk, because they went from this morning being a tight 4 that potentially might win this next challenge and not have to vote anyone out, to all of a sudden you're down to 3 and you have to vote out somebody, so you're going down to 2. This is a nightmare scenario of a 12 hours for Kella. I feel awful for them. I truly feel awful. Like he probably got bit in the morning, like around 8:30. They probably did the challenge around 11. They probably went to tribal around 5:30. Like, that is the quickest turnaround ever from going from 4 to potentially good to go tonight to all of a sudden we're down to 2. Like, that is a wild turnaround. So the mental capacity that these players on Keller are going through, salute to them. It is a very awkward moment, but I will say Sophie handled this to perfection. The way that she...
Do you think it was awkward?
Yes, I think it was awkward. I think it was awkward, but at the same time, that might have just been the edit. It might have been very clear cut that they were going to vote out Jeremiah, and Sophie was, leading Jeremiah on that they were going to vote out Alex, because Jeremiah ended up writing down Alex's name. So clearly,
I felt like it was pretty elementary, right? I feel like it's pretty elementary because you go in there. Alex has an idol, so you're like, you just immediately assume he's going to play.
Yeah.
And so then now is like, who am I trying to bamboozle?
Yeah.
Am I trying to bamboozle Alex into not playing it, or am I trying to bamboozle the other person, in Jeremiah or in Sophie's case? Am I trying to bamboozle the other person into thinking that I'm not voting for them?
Yeah. And she did a great job of that because, shoot, Jeremiah voted for Alex. And,
yeah,
I mean, that is a bold move knowing that they have an idol. Because you do not, how many times in the new era have we seen people go home pre-merge with an idol in their pocket and look crazy doing it? Like, it's happened so much, no one wants to be that person, right? Like, they just watched 46 and 47. 46, we had, 5 people go home with idols in their pocket. 47, my idol was only good for one tribal. I used it. It ended up working out for my advantage. The next person that used theirs, I don't think they didn't need to use theirs. Like, when Gabe used his, he didn't need to use his at all, and his was good for 2. I don't know why he used it, but they see that people use idols early, and it's not always a bad thing, right? It's better to be safe than sorry. So I understand why Alex, in a group of 3, played his idol. And guess what? He got a vote. So he did negate that vote. And so Alex still has no votes against him on the season because of it.
Yeah, I think him playing that idol at that point made the most sense. Like, why risk? As he said, I'd rather
mathematically,
be safe than sorry.
Mathematically, it works out. That makes the most, like you said, makes the most sense.
And
yeah, I would feel so stupid to go home with an idol in that position.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, Jeremiah literally is sitting at Tribal and says, Jeff, I talked with Alex and I asked him, if you play your idol and don't need to, are you going to regret it? And Alex said, no. Okay, if you don't play your idol and you go home, are you going to regret it? Of course I am. So if you're Jeremiah,
that's a wrap.
You know for a fact he is going to play his idol at this point. Like, he's not going to say that and then go back on his word. Like Jeff said, that's what you would say. But it's not that complicated, Jeff. It's really not that deep. He's going to play it because it makes the most sense. This guy works at Capitol Hill. He is going to play that idol, right? There's no question about it. He's going to use it on himself. He's going to make sure that he makes it to the next vote. Why would you vote for him? Give yourself a chance and oh my gosh, vote for Sophie. Like, I didn't even understand the thought process. So many things would have had to go right for Alex to actually be the vote out. Not only would Alex have needed to not play his idol, but he also would need to not play his idol and not have Sophie on his side. He needed to have both of those things happen in order for a vote on Alex to be worth it. Neither one of those happened, and now Jeremiah is going home. Not because of it, but he could have been one vote closer to staying. And I think that...
But before, can I have some more thoughts about the tribal? But before we get to the tribal, Sophie's maneuvering at the beach was really interesting to me because not only did she talk to Alex, the way she talked to Alex when she was trying to talk about how loyal she was, when she told him, I've had the same, when she first spied on his conversation with Jeremiah, and then she goes and says, oh snap, I think he's going to vote for me. Okay, so I've had the same boyfriend since I was in 4th grade. I've done the same thing. I had the same nail tech since I was in 6th grade. Or whatever. Like, her trying to just prove how loyal she is, even though she had originally not planned to be, but she's like, this dude's going to play his idol.
Yep.
So since he's going to play his idol, I need to make sure that he's taking me, because at this point, he's going to be the kingmaker.
Yeah. Exactly. And she read that room and was able to make Jeremiah feel like she was going to vote for Alex. And she also made Alex feel like he could trust her. Even though he played his idol, it seemed like he still trusted her. It was a just in case type of thing, it seems like. So I do feel like that trust between them is still strong. And I don't think that Sophie's going to hold it against him for playing his idol. Shoot, she wants him to play his idol because guess what? Now they're going back to a beach night with 2 people. And as long as they wake up early in the morning, there should be a beware advantage there. So they got a few hours to find it before they get shipped off to a challenge where they got a day or that morning. You know what I'm saying? They might be able to find it. That was what she said she wanted to do with Jeremiah, right? Vote out Alex and find the beware advantage again once it gets re-hidden. So the fact that it gets played now, this is a win-win for Sophie. She has an ally, and your ally also doesn't have that idol that you were so scared of, right? Like, so I don't know. Sophie's playing this absolutely great, but I mean, we are getting ahead of ourselves real quick because we do have another thing to talk about because in between the tribal scramble, we cut to the Red Tribe. We cut to Uli, and we have another group idol hunt, right? This time, it's Rizzo that finds it, and he tells everyone immediately. Announces it, right? No one even noticed, but he announced, he says, guys, found it. It's right here. It's right here. Jake, what are your thoughts about this?
Well, big surprise. I didn't like this. I just feel like if you find something in the game of Survivor, you should keep it to yourself. I don't know, like they make it so you have to tell other people now, and like the modern variations of the advantages and everything. And I think that's very smart on production's side of things. But from the player's perspective, don't tell anyone anything unless it's absolutely necessary. That's my opinion.
I mean, that's fair.
Like you can't trust anybody. Like that's how Mike White got to the end in David versus Goliath. Everybody told him everything, so he knew everything. You tell anybody anything, that everybody's gonna know, and like the new era is made that clear. Everybody knows everything about everyone. And I feel like that's kind of made every advantage moot. I find that kind of boring.
I mean, I kind of understand where you're coming from when it comes to that. Because, I mean, I literally sat in Jeff's seat and broke down why the amulet's on a journey.
Rome, I know we've talked about it before, but I appreciate you doing that so much. Like, more people need to tell Jeff what's up.
I mean, he invited me to do it. So, hey, if you want to invite me to sit on your seat and, you know. It was so funny because when I was I'm not gonna lie, when I was walking over to Jeff's seat, I was so confused because I'm like, does he not know that I'm about to like say why this doesn't work? Like I was like,
bro, yeah.
I was so confused because I was like, you literally put this advantage in the game, and you want me to break down why it's a bad advantage, like why it's actually a disadvantage, like. Oh man, like that was.
Well, because I think he learned from what was it, Survivor 41, when they threw the whatever that was called, that advantage that everybody hated. And he got called out for it in Tribal Council. The hourglass, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he was like, oh, I gotta be more open to hearing the contestants when they dislike an advantage.
And he proved from like there that he was open. Yeah, he proved right there he was open.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, we won't do that again.
Yeah. That's very true. I mean, I doubt we'll see the amulets again. Like, maybe I retired them. Who knows? Like,
Ron, you've played the game. You've played the game before, so you'd know the game of Survivor. It is all about making friends, right?
Yeah. It's all about making. Well, I mean, it's now like ever since Russell Hantz played, like, it's about making friends. It's not about playing the best game.
No, listen,
he really did bring friendship into that game, huh?
I have a hot. Russell deserved to lose.
No, he deserved to
Russell
lose.
Deserved to lose.
But he changed the game though. He did change the game. Like
100%.
When I
100%.
You gotta understand. I binge watched every season.
We cannot get into Russell Hantz right now.
Just real quick. I binge watched every season from 1 to 44 in a 3-month time span, right? So I drastically saw the changes very quickly in Survivor, right? I didn't watch it over 20 years like other people did and slowly accept the changes. No, I saw the changes very quickly as they happened. it went very quickly from who played the best game and who was the most strategic, who did the most moves, to all of a sudden who is liked the most. Like that is literally when it switched from that to immediately every single one after was who's sitting down to people like the most, except for like maybe Ben's win, right? Like that's like maybe the one exception, just because of how the edit was portrayed and things like that, or like how people viewed it, which I don't understand. I thought Ben was a great winner on my binge. I was like, this dude finding all the idols, no one else is looking for him. Are you kidding me? Like, give him the win. So I understood it, but regardless, I thought that was where it changed from who plays the best game to like who people like the most. You know, like you look at all the winners, like the person that gets the votes 99% of the time. Like, let me know if there's one that wasn't that case of just who they like.
I think Rachel played a great game.
Yeah, everyone liked her, so it made sense.
I don't think it was just likability. I think she played a fantastic game.
No.
Also
She
think-
played a good game, but I'm saying out of the three people sitting down, she was liked the most out of the jury. Like she was liked the most in the moment.
I think likability is important too.
Yeah, it's part of how you win now. Like, yeah, it's 100% like part of how you win. Like, there's no new era winners that aren't likable, in my opinion.
There's not really that many players that aren't likable. Like people that are not likable don't stick around. They don't stay.
That's true.
There's a good number of new era winners I personally don't like, but
I mean, that doesn't mean they're not likable.
But they're still
yeah, doesn't mean they're not likable.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, you could not like them, but like that doesn't mean they're not likable.
Look, nobody's had it as hard as me. I got bit in the foot by a snake on Survivor. So I should actually be the most likable person who's played Survivor.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, Rome, what were you talking about?
I don't even remember, but
what are you talking about? The Riz guy. Riz got down to Group Idol and told everybody.
That's right. Is that where we were?
That's where we were.
Yeah, and so like now here's the thing. When Riz guy said this is a Group Idol, but I'm gonna use it for myself. So I think I don't like when they tell everybody. I do like when you use the knowledge of something that you have, like MC did earlier. I like when you use it to bond yourself with somebody. I do like that, right? What Rome did with Teeny. Now I don't like the fact that Teeny used the knowledge of what Rome had done with Kashan to bond Teeny to Kashan. I don't like that. It reminded me of a story a long time ago. A friend of mine, years and years and years ago, my friend of mine, apparently she didn't have a secret. Some girls were swapping secrets in the bathroom. She didn't have a secret, so she told my buddy's secret of the girl he had a crush on, which was her, the girl she was talking to. But she didn't have a secret of her own, so she said, I can tell you our other friend's secret. He has a crush on you. That was the secret she had to trade. But that bonded them with sharing secrets. That is usually how people connect. I like
That
doing
rules.
that.
Yeah, that's great.
but when you just say, hey, we're all going to use this thing, that gets you no favor.
It's like in The Incredibles when Dash Incredible said, if everybody's super, no one is. Remember
Correct.
that movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's factual.
So think about that.
That's a great
And that's true.
That is a random quote to pull out too. Where that was such a random.
Bro, I am always thinking about The Incredibles. I'll let you know that right now. I love that movie.
What's better, Incredibles 1 or Incredibles 2?
It's impossible to say. They're actually the same movie. You just got to put them all together. They're just, told 15 years apart. Like, The Godfather 1 and 2. Isn't that the same story, but they told in two parts?
No idea. I've never
Like that,
seen, what's crazy?
animated.
I've never seen The Godfather.
I only saw the first one a few years ago, all the way through. It's wildly long.
The only Godfather I know is Boston Rob.
Yeah, way to bring it back.
Let's get back to Tribal.
All right.
So, Tribal.
So Boston Rob and Sandra are in the booth above tribal council.
Yes, and
They live there.
They're saying, Sophie, you need to vote out Jeremiah. Anyone but me. No, but seriously. But seriously, we're at tribal, and I mean, it's a pretty straightforward, clean cut vote, right? Like after we go back to what the meat and potatoes of getting ready to vote out somebody. In my opinion, I don't understand with everything that was said why Jeremiah still voted for Alex. So maybe it was because Sophie really did a good job of reassuring Jeremiah that Alex was going to be the vote, but Jeremiah ends up going home. So I guess we can talk about, do you guys think that there was anything that Jeremiah could have done differently?
Yeah. No. I mean, it felt similar to Annie last week. It was like, it's his time to go. Like there's not really much for him or his tribe to do at this point, other than take him out.
That's fair.
I mean, like literally, like there's nothing. Alex has an idol. Alex has an idol. He can vote for Sophie and then hope that Alex is voting for Sophie, but Alex is the kingmaker.
Yeah.
Alex decides who goes.
Yeah, this was Alex's play.
It's Alex's call.
Because Jeremiah still voted for Alex. I feel like y'all are not like understanding.
So if Alex votes for Sophie, that's one vote for Sophie.
And why would Alex have voted for Sophie? Sophie's name was never, at least from the edit, Sophie's name was never an option.
Why would Alex have voted for Sophie?
It was either going to... No, Alex voted for Jeremiah. It was 2 on Jeremiah.
No. Are you saying why would Alex vote for Sophie?
No, why would Jeremiah vote for Alex? It doesn't make
because Jeremiah's got to only vote for one or two people.
So why would he not vote for Sophie if you know he has an idol, you know that he can play it, you know he's not going to play it on anyone else. The only debate is if he's going to play it on himself or not. I don't understand the thought process behind voting for
I got you. I'll tell you the thought process. This is the thought process. I want to work with Sophie. I'm Jeremiah. I want to work with Sophie. I know that Alex is the kingmaker. I know that I'm going home regardless because Alex decides who goes home. But if we can convince him not to play the idol, which we're pretty sure he is, then if me and Sophie vote together, we trick Alex. It's a Hail Mary play, but it's the only play. If I'm Jeremiah, that's the only play. I can throw a vote on Sophie, but even if me and Sophie both throw a vote on Alex and he plays his idol and he writes my name down, it's still me.
I just would vote.
It's
Sophie.
Still me.
I feel like this was a very cut and dry. The only way that you're good to go from here on out is to vote for Sophie. I understand where you're coming from, but I don't get why you would do that.
So even if I vote for Sophie, Alex doesn't play his idol, the both of them voting for me, it's still me.
Yeah. So you were banking on Alex not playing his idol, essentially.
That's all you can bank on. Because if Alex plays his idol, it's me. If Alex doesn't play his idol, it's me.
Do you think that there was...
But I don't see any situation where Alex isn't playing his idol.
Yeah, because
correct.
Think about this. They had to be talking about Sophie. Hear me out. They had to be talking about Sophie because remember when they were on the beach and Sophie was spying on them? The only thing they would be talking about is working together and getting out Sophie. So even though we didn't get shown it, that had to be shown, right? That had to have happened. So there had to have
That's
been
the only conversation you can have.
So that's what I'm saying. So that had to have happened where Sophie's name got brought up. We never heard that conversation though. So we don't know.
It's the only conversation you can have.
Right. Like, isn't the only conversation you can have with any of the 2 people left on your tribe? We're going to vote for the other person.
Which is why when you said it was that's why when you said it was an awkward conversation, I was like, I don't understand how it's awkward. There's 2 of us. If me and Jake are talking and we're only talking about you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to talk about voting out Jake Jake's not gonna talk about vote now me to me. I'm not
Plus,
gonna
you
talk
probably
about
feel
vote
bad
now
after I
Jake.
just came back after that snake fight.
We're only talking about vote now you. And then when I talk to you, Rome, I'm only talking about vote now Jake. Because that's the only
Wait, what
thing that
the
makes
fuck?
sense. Right? Like
Yeah.
it's so like
But we never got
And that's-
shown
and-
that conversation. That's what I'm getting at.
Of
So
course
we,
not.
We don't
Yeah,
know
no, I get
how
you, but-
real the potential flip onto Sophie was, right? We don't know how
Right.
deep into that conversation Jeremiah and Alex got. Like, we literally, as they're walking to Tribal, we hear Sophie saying, I'm deciding between Jeremiah and Alex tonight. Like, when is this your decision? I was so confused about that, how it got painted as her choice between them two. I'm like, wait, this is between Jeremiah and Sophie, not Sophie and, or not Jeremiah and Alex. When did it become Jeremiah and Alex? I was so confused why it was not Sophie at all. Like, she wasn't even an option based off the edit, right? Like, that's more what I was confused about. Because in my head, she was the only other possibility of potentially going home that night. Like, I didn't see any way that Alex was going home. So I think that's
it's just the hope that he don't play it. That's literally it.
Yeah.
That's literally it. But like you said, like, how does he not? I'm with you. How does he not? It's a hope and a prayer.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess so.
That's it.
I guess so, man. I guess so. All right. So let's go ahead and get to it. Do we want / think they will play again with Jeremiah, the 15th placer of 49?
No.
Wow.
There's like no debate. Like,
dang, no debate. Okay.
I mean, speak for yourself, Rome, but I don't think he really had enough of an impact on his season to warrant a return. I wouldn't be mad if he came back for a returnee season. I'd be like, oh, I remember him. Yeah, he was cool. But if he never came back, I wouldn't be upset.
Okay.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't think we don't usually bring back people this deep.
Unless you're
Well, Francesca.
Listen, Francesca is a particular case.
What if Jake came back and got bit by a snake again?
He is going to be out of the ocean if he ever plays again. He is never going back in the ocean. Like, he's going to avoid it like
he'll only play again if they're like in Africa,
it's a water
landlocked
challenge.
Africa.
He's sitting out of every water challenge. He ain't doing none of it. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Jake would be someone that'd be fun to play with, though. I'll say that. I would have fun playing with someone like Jake.
I'm so ready for him to come back. Yeah. Already. It's been an hour since he left the game, and I'm already ready for it.
See, if I was in that seat, and Jeff just said, no, you can't do it, I'd be like, Jeff, this is my everything, Jeff. Jeff, I'll go peacefully if you make me a promise. just promise me I can come back for 50 next month. Just promise me. Just give me a month to recover. Just give me a month. Oh, man. Are you guys surprised?
I'd be happy to see it.
Are you guys surprised he's not on 50 after how he left?
He just had a baby. I think he probably wants to spend time with the baby. He almost missed his baby's birth. Why would he want to miss the first 3 months of his life?
Yeah. I could see that.
I could see him being on 56, 60, whenever they do their next All-Star season.
Okay. All right. Hey, something else that I want to do, something else I want to add to the podcast is we're going to give each person a role when they leave the game. We are going to give them either a hero, a villain, or a neutral role, okay? So first we're going to start with Jake. Was Jake a hero, a villain because of his shoe banditry, or was he a hero because of how he went out? What do you classify Jake as?
You know what would have been wild is if he like hid like Sophie's shoe and then went out. And no one ever found it. That would have been crazy.
It would have been great if he hid his own shoe to like assuage suspicion of himself. and then he got taken out by the snake.
And then they're down to 3, and
And they
like, well,
couldn't
one of
be
y'all
snake.
took his shoe. One,
Yeah, it was the snake who was the shoe bandit the whole time.
No, imagine like he remembers like that's what he did. He took like Sophie or Jeremiah's shoe and hit it, and then they're like, "Is there any message you want to send back to your tribe?" And he's like, Sophie's shoe, it's behind the crooked tree. It's behind him. Like that's the last thing he says.
Is there any message you want to leave? It was me. I was the shoe bandit the whole time.
Would have been great. It was a great message to leave. It was always me.
Oh,
I
man.
love that red herring of the season. That's so funny.
Yeah,
It really amounted to nothing.
the shoe bandit. Yeah, it really didn't mean much. But I mean, if anyone is ever on a season with Jake, you best believe if your shoe goes missing, like you might be going home that night.
Yeah, you really can't pull that again.
He's 2-0. That's all I'm saying. If your shoe goes missing, he's undefeated right now in shoe banditry with people going home. So,
Yeah.
oh man. And what's crazy is I think it happened before each immunity challenge as well, which is crazy to think. But he hid their shoe before they even knew they were gonna need to vote out somebody. So like, is it really a sign?
Interesting. And then
It might be.
all they did was lose.
Yeah, maybe maybe he brought it on the tribe. Who knows? But Jake, I think your shoe banditness is retired because I don't know, like you can't get away with it anymore, right? Everybody knows about it.
Obviously, I'm going to have to recuse myself from this judgment, but if I did have to, I would call Jacob hero.
Hero.
Okay.
He a hero.
Okay, he's a hero. All right, I'll go ahead and give him the hero role as well. I think I'll give him the hero role. All right, so now for Jeremiah, hero, villain, or neutral?
Neutral.
Yeah,
He was a dude that
I'd
was
say
on the season.
neutral. I don't think he did anything to make the season worse.
His laugh was villainous.
Yeah, but
He was
again,
like
that
one
felt
of
like
those-
another red herring.
He was like an ally. He was like one of those allies in the game. You know, they had like the ally characters. He was one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go with neutral as well for Jeremiah. But all right, so let's go ahead and do a player of the episode. Kevin, who's gonna be your player of the episode?
Player of the episode, I feel like has to go. We got to shout out Jason. Jason's the player of the episode on the Hina tribe. The way he is killing these puzzles is wild.
Yeah,
Wild. Just
nice
taking them out.
Nice to have a puzzler.
They
on the
come in.
tribe.
They're coming in behind, and then he just gets them that lead. That's gotta go with Jason for Rome's player of the game, player of the episode. What y'all thinking?
What you thinking, Jake?
I mean, this whole pre-merge has been the Kayla show, which has been fine. But I feel like because of that, it's kind of fallen to Alex to be the player of the episode.
Oh,
He's the one that made the ultimate decision, no?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, he did make the decision. I wouldn't give him player of the episode though. Like he failed on the puzzle. He had to lose. Like he felt he didn't need to use his idol, but he did. So that's a negative against him as well. Like I don't think I would give him player of the episode, even though he did decide who went home.
The snake. I would give player of the episode to the snake that took out Jake.
that's wild.
The snake
That is
created
wild.
a returnee guaranteed.
Yeah. Like, nobody else is going to take out Jake. Physical specimen.
Hey, like we said on the last pod, we got to take him out now. Is he our best player? He can win it all.
Mm-hmm.
Take him out now. Oh, man. I think, no.
That's right.
In all seriousness, though, if I had to give anyone, I'll give it to MC. MC will get my player of the episode on the Hina tribe.
That's a good choice.
I think that MC was super solid with finding the idol, not letting anyone else know except for her closest ally, everyone else on the island still thinks that the idol's out there as far as we're concerned, right? Like I think that MC is a great choice for player of the episode for me personally. So she's gonna get mine. MC, you absolutely crushed it again in the challenge. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like she's set up to go far in the game. But obviously you don't really know how far people are gonna go. It could be her getting idled out next, and they're just giving her some more airtime before it happens. You know what I'm saying? You never know what actually is going to happen. Yeah. So, but
I thought Jake was going to win this season, and he was taken out by nature. So you can never trust the edit.
Did you really think that he was going to win?
It was wishful thinking for sure, but yeah.
Wow.
I could see it. He's Canadian. Canadians
always go
predominantly win in the neutral season. In the new era. I was reading the notes. It said neutral in front of my eyes.
No, it definitely. You're definitely right about that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, you're definitely right. But when it comes to this, let's see. We also had Next Time on Survivor. We did get that in the episode.
And drop your buffs.
Yeah.
We getting a swap.
Yeah, we're gonna be swapping things up. It's down to what 6, 6, and 2, so that's 14. So
14.
My merge.
So do we know? Is it going to be a traditional swap, or are they going to do like Palau, where one of the two just goes to each of the remaining tribes?
I personally would like to see one of each go to the remaining tribes, because when that happens, it's almost guaranteed that the person that joins isn't going to be the one voted out, right? Like they're usually going to be that swing vote if it's 7 and 7, right?
Yeah.
So that would be very entertaining, for sure. Because plus whoever gets Jason, like if it's another puzzle, like GG's. So I mean, I think that would be interesting. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be 2-2. I think 2-2 would be more entertaining than 3 tribes of what? What would it be? It would be 3 tribes of 4.
It's not going to be 3 tribes. It's going to be 2 tribes.
2 tribes of
It's going to be 7 and 7.
Oh, gosh, yeah. 14 is awkward. So, yeah, it's probably going to be down to 2 tribes. And then there's going to be the mergatory.
Yeah, you can't really break that into 3 evenly.
Yeah, it would be 5, 5, and 4. That would just be awkward. So, yeah, we're probably going to be looking at a 7-person immunity challenge. And I don't know what that's going to look like or what they're going to do for that. But who knows? Maybe
it's not the merge, is it?
No. The mergatory's been at 13, not at 14. So this is with 14. Okay. So we should have this episode, and then the next one should be the mergatory. So this should be, in my opinion, 2. I'm assuming 2, but we don't actually know. So, but yeah, I mean that's something to talk about, is the dropped buffs. If there is a swap, what is the thing you're most looking forward to for each of you when it comes to a potential swap? Because we'll just assume right now it's going to be a swap. So what do you think is the biggest question mark heading into a swap?
The yellow tribe.
Tina.
Yeah, I guess we don't know much about them, right? I guess they are literally the question mark tribe right now. So
getting some new characters. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna get new characters enter in the chat in episode 5. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, we've been at the final 6 for weeks now.
I really liked Matt in the first episode, and Christina and MC. I really liked the 3 of them.
Was Matt
would
in the
love to
episode?
see more of them.
Or what are we?
I don't think so.
Third episode? Was he in?
We're on. This was 3 now. Yeah. No, he was. I mean, he was in the episode, obviously, but I don't know that he was like featured in any.
I didn't even
scenes.
I didn't see him at all.
Hina Sophie
was he
literally. Oh no, Hina Sophie literally only had the situation.
David versus Goliath.
Hina Sophie literally only had the situation where Matt said he was coming for her. I ain't seen her say one word any other time.
Like Matt,
I don't even think I've seen her on the screen.
Too. That's what I'm saying. Like Matt sat out of the chat.
It's crazy.
He disappeared this episode. That is wild. Like from last time being the one to tell MC, "Hey, you're going to be the 4th in our 4," to just disappearing in the next episode. That is.
Jason gets the most screen time. Christina gets the 2nd most screen time. MC gets the 3rd most screen time, and her just gaining, which means she's like gaining traction.
And Jason
Stevie gets the 4th most screen time.
Jason and MC were the alternates. They were supposed to get any screen time.
Good point.
Good point.
And now they just stars
Matt gets the fifth most, and Sophie gets the least amount of screen time.
Wow. All that prep.
I know we talked about it last week, but it's annoying how there's two Sophies on one season, right?
Yeah, not preying on either one of theirs downfall, but it will get easier once one goes. It's gonna be kind of like the Liz and Mariah situation, where like people kept comparing them until one of them went, like, and it just became easier to be okay. Liz is the one that made it further,
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be one of those situations where like once one of them goes, but like, good lord, if they make final three and like it's Sophie, and
It would be so funny.
It'd be hilarious.
Like, part of me is rooting for them to both make it as far as possible.
So yeah, imagine the jury question. So Sophie, yes. Oh gosh, like yeah.
And it happens to be a final two because Jake got medevac.
so yeah, the person in the final three with them gets medevac. So it's just Sophie and Sophie. So when they read every single vote, Sophie. So Jeff, who won? I don't know. Who we gotta ask? Like we gotta. Which Sophie did you vote for? Oh man, that would be. That, I feel like for production's sake, that might be a problem. Like I feel like they would want people with different names, like for production.
You would think, but we're not on the production team.
That is funny.
Would you guys like to know? I pulled up a confessional count. Would you guys like to know how many?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Confessionals we have gotten from Yellow.
And for the people listening, I'll go ahead and throw up the graphic as well, so you can see it on the YouTube video. So if you want to look at the confessionals, go ahead and look at your screen now.
Jason has 4 total confessionals.
Oh,
2 in episode 1,
for him.
None in episode 2, 2 in episode 3. Christina has 2 total confessionals. 2 in episode 1, and then Goose Egg in the next 2 episodes. Matt has a whopping 8 total confessionals, 3 in episode 1, 5 in episode 2, none in episode 3. MC has, like I said, a steady rise. 7 total confessionals, 1 in episode 1, 2 in episode 2, 4 in episode 3. Sophie, who I didn't know was in the game, she had 2 in episode 1, 1 in episode 2, and then none in episode 3. And then Steven has 7 with 5 in episode 1, 1 in episode 2, and then 1 in episode 3.
This tribe is getting purpled. That is
the whole tribe is being purple.
Like for comparison,
we've got MC on the rise though.
Yeah, but like for comparison, right? Like as the pre-merger in Survivor history with the most confessionals ever, right? I can say this: through 3 episodes, I had 21 confessionals. How many combined does Hina have right now?
We are looking at 8, 10, 14, 24, 31.
Wow. So I'm
31 total.
So me as a person that went to tribal once through 3 episodes, I'm only 10 confessionals behind an entire tribe that hasn't went. That's actually pretty wild to show how underedited they are as a tribe as a whole, right? The fact they actually had an idol hunt, found it, and they still have that few confessionals, that is wild. So in my head,
Nicole,
this tribe, when it comes to the story of the show, at least for now, they're unless like a swap happens and like how this tribe started is completely irrelevant, and maybe they'll be relevant more once the show, like once things pick up a little bit more. Unless that's gonna happen, this whole yellow tribe in my head, like I don't see the long-term relevance if they're painting them like just.
They got much going on. Yeah. Nicole had 5 confessionals in her first the only episode she was in. That is still more than 3 of the people on the Yellow Tribe so far. Jeez. Annie, same. She has 6. That is more than 3 of the people. Obviously, Jake and Jeremiah dwarf everybody else on the Yellow Tribe because we were at Blue for a long time.
I'm excited for next episode when we can, learn more about the other tribes.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I mean, Jake, so what's your thought about when a tribe is so underedited as like a long-term viewer? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
I always think too about my mom because she watches it a lot too, And she's always like, "Who are these other people on this other tribe? I don't know anything about them." It's my impression of her mom. Um, but I like relate to that. Like, I don't know anything about these people. I would love to know more about the Yellow Tribe. I would love to know more about. Are they red? Is the other tribe red?
Yeah, the Red Tribe. They are red.
Like Kina and Henley and what's the red tribe called?
Uli.
Uli. I'd love to know more about. Uli is the Vibes tribe. I know that.
Yes.
Yep.
I'd love to know about any of them individually. That would be fun to watch as a viewer.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. I would like to know about the other tribes as well. I would like to know about the people that are getting ready to be on season 50. You know.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that would be something. I'm assuming we're gonna see more of them and Hina as a whole, the players on Hina next episode when there's a swap. So hang tight, Hina players. I know that you guys are wanting those confessionals. You know, you're not sitting here having these watch parties for nothing. You know, you guys want to be on the TV. You didn't go out there to not be on the TV. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to see themselves back. You know, people, that's the one thing that people always say that I hear from a lot of past players is they like either regret like quote unquote not doing enough to get airtime or like they regret like why didn't we get airtime? You know what I'm saying? Like that is like people want to watch themselves back, you know, whether they didn't go to tribal or whatever, they still want to see themselves out there and what they did. You know, they still want to see it documented. So I can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Hang tight, you two tribes. Probably coming next episode. This has been an incredible season. Jake is the winner of season 49. The first 3 episodes, he won the Hearts of America, and now the rest of the game is getting ready to start. It seems like, you know.
Surprisingly short season, but congratulations to Jake for winning.
Yeah. Now let's move on to season 49 and a half and see who's gonna win this. See who's gonna win this second half. Oh man. But no, seriously, that was actually a fun recap, man. This was a great episode. If you guys each let's do another thing, man. I'm just gonna keep on adding things. Why not? Like if you guys each had to give this episode a rating out of 10, we'll keep it simple. What are you giving it, Jake? Out of 10.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, I didn't like the results, and I feel like that should not really influence my rating, but it will. I didn't like that Jake got medevaced, even though they did make the right call. And I didn't like that Kayla lost because we didn't get to see enough of the other tribes. So I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It was solid.
Solid
It
7.
was fine.
Solid 7 for me. Solid 7
Yeah.
for me.
All right. See
Solid 7.
This is where I'm gonna be applying for the On Fire podcast. All right, you listening, Jeff? Listen. I think this one is a 9.5 minimum. Minimum 9.5.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, we got to really peel back the curtain in this episode. We got to see the pain, the anguish that a player can go through when they realize that they have to leave the game that they love, that they signed up for, that they told their wife that they'd come back home with $1 million for. This is where we got to see the real side of things. We got to see the book, the pamphlet that shows exactly what the players are able to do and what they're able to eat and what things they need to watch out for and what spiders are poisonous and what snakes are poisonous, all that good stuff. We got to see the real danger of Fiji up close and personal. We got to see the sea crate 10 times more venomous than a rattlesnake. That is majorly venomous, could kill a human like that. Like that. I snapped if you couldn't hear it. This is a cinema episode, and it's leading up to a cinema of a season. This right here is an incredible episode that I think, honestly, realistically, jokes aside, I think this episode is going to be remembered and go down in Survivor history. It's going to get talked about forever. It's going to be one of those because this is one of the top 3 medevacs in Survivor history. You know, it's whatever order you want to rate them in. You know, you guys can rate them in a comment if you want, but I personally, when it comes to scariest to least scariest, I would go Jake number 1, Scoop at number 2, Caleb number 3. That would be like my order for like top 3
Mm.
scariest medevacs of all time. I don't really know if it's that much of a question either, but between those 3. So I don't know. That's my opinion though. How do you guys feel about it, man? How do you guys feel about it?
I would rank.
I don't normally
Scoop
rate
and-
medevacs.
Yeah. I'm with Kevin actually. I don't rank medevac.
Well, I was saying about which one's scary, not like ranking it. I'm saying based off which one was the scariest as a viewer. Because I remember watching Scoop and fall face first in the fire, and I was like, oh my
The scooping falling into the fire was probably the scariest.
Yeah, bro. I was a child when that happened. That was terrifying.
I'm not gonna lie. When he lifted up his hands and his skin was just falling off of his hand, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
like, it looked like a horror.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that could happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I did
honestly.
not like it at all.
Yeah.
Caleb's was really bad though. That made me very concerned. I was like, I don't like actually caring for these people on my TV. No offense, Rome. You did great on the TV. Yeah, and then Jake's was obviously horrible. Like, you can say dry bite all you want, but I know how snakes work. Like, you can't be sure about that.
Yeah, like there might have been a little bit of venom that got through. It's like, hey, hold on.
Mhm.
He goes back out there. Wait, that little bit of venom spread. Now his foot wakes up and his foot's black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
Yep.
yeah, I totally understand it. And at the end of the day, it sucks he got medevac, but I understand it. And yeah, I think this episode was cinema. I would give this episode. I think it was a really bad pre-tribal. Like, I don't think there was much suspense just because Sophie was never painted as an option. And so in my head, I was like, well, then it has to be Jeremiah, and it ended up being Jeremiah. So that's why I wouldn't give it a 10. But I would say that this episode is going to go down in Survivor history. So I'll give it a 9.5. I think that this is definitely going to be one of those. I think it's going to be the most talked about episode of this season. If there's not something crazier than to be something crazier than this happened on the season would be mind blowing. So if something does happen, whether it's with Savannah or Rizzo, who knows? But I think that this is probably going to be the most talked about episode in 10 years when it comes to this season.
That's fair. Rome, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is this podcast just a whole audition for you to host On Fire in the future?
No. I don't think that's gonna happen. This is actually an audition for Jeff to join my podcast and be part of Rome's reality podcast. You know, because you know if
There we go.
if I'm not gonna go on his, you know, like I think he might he might come on over to this one. You know what I'm saying? And
I like that. Yeah.
and have a conversation over here. I think that'd be fun. But no, seriously. Honestly, I do think that when it comes to podcasting, like I'm just having fun with this, man. It has been fun chatting with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about Survivor and things like that. It's been pretty fun. This episode was definitely a humdinger of an episode for sure. And,
It was definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And hey, listen, let's talk about some things, right? Like I do want to also not just recap the Survivor episode, right? So if all you cared about was recapping the Survivor episode, I guess you could go listen to something else. But I also want to talk about just some things that happen around the community every week. And so, one of those things that happened around the community, obviously there was a Big Brother winner recently crowned. Shout out to Ashley for winning Big Brother 27, I believe. Yeah, 27.
Yeah.
And yeah, shout out to Ashley for winning it. And this was the first season of Big Brother that I ever watched. And yeah, I still haven't seen any other season. So as my first season, I can say it's an interesting game. It seems like a fun
So it's
one.
the best season you've ever seen.
It is the best season of Big Brother I've ever seen, yes. But the scuttlebutt around the community is a potential Big Brothers winners season happening this winter, something like that. And also maybe next year an all Survivor Big Brother season with just Survivor players. What are your thoughts about this as the Big Brother watcher, Kevin?
So a Big Brother winners season would be an interesting because there's no way they can do a full season because most of these winners would not go back. I think a Big Brother like the Hunger Games. Once you win it, most of them don't really want to do it again. you can't really get like a quarter quell. You can't have them go back into the Hunger Games again because it's a tough situation. So, I mean, this season was like 80 something days. Sometimes seasons are 100 days that you have to like be in there in the hamster cage. So in the fish tank. So like, yeah, no, that's a lot. So a shortened season to coincide with the Winter Olympics because they like to counter program the Winter Olympics with like some Big Brother, usually celebrity, or they did Render Games a couple years ago. That's smart. I like that idea. So a winter season, get some winners in there, especially some recent winners. That'd be fun. So I think that'd be great. Now, an all Survivor season, I don't know how much I would like that because I don't know what survivors do you get, like just popular survivors? Do you get just people that played Survivor? There's so many people that played Survivor that are like not that memorable. So do you just get them out there because they played Survivor before?
I would say as a viewer of Survivor, but not Big Brother, I would not tune into a Big Brother season with any Survivor player.
See?
Like I don't think there's a market for that, but I'm also not a CBS producer, so what do I know?
Well, are you a fan of Suri?
Of course, but I did not watch her season of Big
You see
Brother.
what I'm saying? You didn't even watch when Suri was on.
Yeah, but I watched her traitors. I watched Australia versus the World, Survivor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Suri couldn't even pull you.
Yeah, exactly. And I know her boy was in it too. Her son, right?
Yeah, Jared. Yeah, Jared was in there too. Like that's the thing. If Suri couldn't even get you, like if you couldn't get pulled by Suri, nobody's gonna pull you.
I can't do that. I can't do that many episodes a week.
Hey,
too many.
I'm not knocking you for it, Jake. I'm not knocking you for it at all. I want to make sure that's clear. But I'm saying though, like a Survivor Big Brother season is not gonna move the needle.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it would take for me to tune in
to an all Survivor Big Brother season.
To a Big Brother season at all, to be honest.
I think that all you would need is just put the biggest characters into the house. Because the fact that there's live feeds, bro, like you put the biggest Survivor characters in that house, people will be tuned into live feeds more than you have ever. Like it'll break every record they've ever had. Like it's not even gonna be a question. Like,
but I want to see people playing the game though. That's the thing. I don't want people just being in there being characters, right? We want to see people playing the game.
You don't understand. The people that they pick as characters are naturally themselves, and they're characters just being themselves. It's not an act. Like people are like, "Oh, Rome, you're a character." Like, yeah, I was still being myself out there. I was still having a good time. Like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I was still like enjoying myself. I wasn't sitting here acting. Like it was crazy. Like no, like people think like, "Oh, Carolyn's a character." Like that's how she is. Like that's just who she is. You know what I'm saying? So she makes good TV. Like it makes things entertaining. Like it. So when I say put the biggest characters, I just say like people that naturally end up being entertaining and make you feel something, whether you love them or hate them. As long as people make you feel something, that's what's entertainment, you know. So I think that would be very very good for Big Brother. I think that would be one of the most entertaining seasons ever. But granted, I've only seen one. It was the best season of Big Brother I've ever seen, so maybe not, but you know.
I've also only ever seen one. It was I think first one or maybe second one, and I said, I don't care for this one.
Ever seen too. Now, The Amazing Race right now has all Big Brother people on it, but I think it's fantastic because it doesn't just have Big Brother people. It's still in the mold of The Amazing Race, right? So it has, like, for instance, last season's winner, Chelsea, but she's running it with her dad. And then it has the season before winner, Jag, and he's running it with his brother. It has Joseph from a couple seasons ago, and he's running it with his brother. Izzy from last season, she's running it with her fiance. Like, it has, like, the same Amazing Race, like, couples and brothers and father-daughter. So the same type of connections, but with, like, one person you know. I think if they did a Survivor season like that, that'll be. I think they should do that on The Amazing Race. That gets a buy-in. If you had Carolyn running the race with like, does Carolyn have any children?
I wouldn't know.
They're not 18, so they wouldn't be able to.
Okay, a partner, someone that they had out there, or like,
Put her with
if
Jam
Rome,
Jam.
you had somebody. Yeah,
That'd be so great.
A friend. It would be fun. That's what I think. That would be great. Like but you keep the theme of what the Amazing Race is. You don't just put like two. You don't just do like all these like survivors together. You do people with their loved ones or people that are connected to them, so that way they still work well together. You know what I'm saying? Like it still keeps the same Amazing Race feel. I think that's great for the Amazing Race, and I would watch more seasons of the Amazing Race if you did that with Survivor, with like Survivor players and just people from other like reality shows. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that idea. That would be fun. Like, but as someone that I've never seen The Amazing Race either. Like, I think I watched like half of Rob and Amber's season, and like once they were on the camels, like unleashing the llamas or whatever. I was like, all right. So maybe a newer season I should check out. But I've never gotten into The Amazing Race yet. Like, Survivor was the very first reality TV show I ever watched. So,
but are you watching if Jeremy and Val are running the race?
Yes. Oh, did they do a season already?
No.
That was almost a trick. It almost sounded like a trick question, didn't it?
Like, yeah, absolutely. I'd watch that and like they did that, and I was like, then never mind. I would not.
Jeremy's the homie, so I'd watch. But like, if
Tony and his wife are running in the race, are doing the Amazing Race, are you watching Rome?
No. I know you didn't ask me, but no.
I'll rock with Tony, so I'd watch because I rock with him. But like, I wouldn't be tuned in for the you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Like, I'd be tuned in for Tony on The Amazing Race. I wouldn't be tuned for The Amazing Race with Tony. You get what I'm saying? So like that's kind of it's kind of like how people tuned in it's kind of like how people tuned into Deal or No Deal Island for Boston Rob, and like you get what I'm saying? Like
already.
Well, the first time for Boston Rob.
Well,
because they're Boston Rob fans. Because you're saying because they're Boston Rob fans, right?
I could definitely see in the next year Amazing Race doing a Survivor season. Like, I would absolutely watch like a Dom and Wendell partnership on Amazing Race.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
Because that pulls the people, like you said, you rock with Tony, so that pulls people that normally wouldn't watch the race in to watch the race.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
And then maybe you stay. Maybe you don't.
Yeah.
But you watch that one season.
Yeah. No, that's very true. That's very true. That is true. Okay, and then all right, let's get to the next thing around the community that we saw. So recently, spoiler alert, Parvati, she won Australia versus the world. And so now she is a
I love how you give a spoiler alert before alerting people what you're giving a spoiler to.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Listen, Parvati won Australia versus the world. Yeah, I mean, listen, the whole anyway, I'm not even gonna get into it. She's a 2-time winner. Her, Sandra, and Tony are now 3 of the 2-time winners from America of Survivor. What are your thoughts about this? Because the topic going around was who is the best 2-time winner of Survivor. So I'm gonna let Jake go first. Jake, who is the best 2-time winner?
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I've given it a lot of thought since being bitten after being bitten by that snake. I don't think it's any contest. Sandra's 2 for 2 on games played and wins. End of sentence. Like, Tony won his first season, great. But then he was out first his second season. Pretty bad for your record. Parvati took, 6, 7 in her first season and won her second season. And then didn't win her third and then didn't win her fourth, and then won her fifth. Sandra made her name for herself after the first 2 seasons she played, beat Parvati, the greatest to ever play. I did air quotes for that. I don't know if that was clear. Like, she made a name for herself 2 seasons, and then continued to play and couldn't do well because she had such a reputation. And Tony is a chaotic mess. I mean, let's be frank. Like, he had to completely change his gameplay for 40 in order to win a second time.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he was on Australia versus Survivor too. That's what it's called, right? Australia versus Survivor?
Australia versus the world.
Yeah. That's the one. And he didn't do well on that.
Yeah.
So I would go Sandra number 1, Parv number 2, Tony number 3.
Okay. All right. Let me hear from you, Kevin.
Jake, where are you from?
Oh, great. Originally,
Oh, where you at now? Where you at now?
I'm at Chicago now.
Okay. Is Bill Russell the greatest basketball player ever?
Ooh, that's a good question. If you're going by wins,
He's not.
I guess so.
He's not. He's not.
Oh, okay.
Is
Wow,
it
I thought
not
you were
Michael
goading me,
Jordan?
but okay.
Is it not Michael Jordan?
No, it's not.
Wait.
It's Bill Russell, actually.
It's Bill Russell.
What is your point? What is your point right now?
This is the point.
Because you're
Parvati-
going on a journey.
Parvati is the greatest player ever. When Sandra played, she won what, 7, 6? She won 6, and then she won. She like backed into a win over there in Heroes versus Villains when Russell and Parvati were doing some bullshit, and she anyone but me her way into a win in 20.
Is that not what the game is?
With Parvati won. She won Micronesia, which was an all-star season. Then she goes to
half.
Then she goes on to a world stage and then beats some of the best in the world and wins again. She's playing
in an abbreviated season.
She's playing people on a higher tier.
Mm.
She's putting together and she's going out there and playing a better strategic game. And yeah, you're right. In her first season, she went out there and learned the ropes. I believe 100% Cook Islands she was a recruit. But once she got the bite, she was like, okay, I could cook. And she started chefing them up. Parvati Shallow is the best player, is the best winner of Survivor. Best 2-time winner of Survivor.
You know what? Your argument actually convinced me that Parvati should take the third place in this three-person Mount Rushmore. I had Parvati at 2, Sandra, Parv, Tony. Your argument convinced me Parvati should be at number 3. Sandra played an original recipe Survivor game. Won. Handily.
So you're saying that someone that played before the strategy gets changed because you've seen earlier stuff and things get adjusted.
Well, and then she went on to season 20, Heroes versus Villains. Maybe you've heard of it. And she played against 19 others of the best, most iconic players of all time and beat them. Parvati took second that season. Tony hadn't even played yet. Tony won a season 1, by lying, first of all. And then he went on to season 40 and he won being the best of the best, whatever. Good season, for sure. Parvati, I don't remember how she placed in that one, but it wasn't as good as Tony.
I mean, Tony versus Parvati is 1-1.
Tony versus Parvati is 1-1. Is Winners versus War? Winners versus War, that's what it's called, right?
Winners at War.
Winners at War, yeah. Okay, sure. Tony's win, his second win is more impressive than Parvati's second win. And his first win is more impressive than Parvati's first win.
I disagree. I definitely disagree on that.
So how
Sandra, Tony, Parvati. And I don't even like Tony.
How I see it from a strictly gameplay point of view, the number one 2-time winner for me is Sandra.
Thank you.
She won her first 2 seasons playing. She went 2 for 2. She went up against arguably the toughest competition in Survivor history. A cast with Russell Hantz, with Boston Rob, some of like Parvati. That is one of the craziest seasons ever, one of the most powerhouse seasons ever. Not to mention everyone else that was on that season. And she won it. And she played her strategy, her game, and wasn't afraid to be herself as well. And she won in the era with no idols. She won in the era with idols. She won both of her seasons, which were full cast. I mean, shoot. I think she's, in my opinion, just the clear-cut number one. Like, I don't really think there's much arguing Sandra number one. Like, I understand people argue it, because obviously people argue it. But I think Sandra has the strongest argument for being the best 2-time winner. For the number 2 for me, and I hate to agree with someone else on the podcast, but I actually agree with Jake. I actually agree with Jake. And the only reason is because Tony's original win in Cagayan was more impressive, in my opinion, like he said, than Parvati's first win in Micronesia. Parvati's win in Micronesia, I mean, I guess both of them really required a blatantly, quote-unquote, dumb move between Eric giving up his immunity and Wu taking Tony to the end, right? Like, both of those were in Survivor history called dumb moves, right? So they both had that situation where they relied on something that wasn't the brightest move to happen. But
here's the thing, though. The move done by Eric was through manipulation. The move done by Wu was not by manipulation. It was just a decision made by Wu.
That was by long-term connections, though. So I do think it was, in a way, he manipulated him to think that Wu would beat him, right? Because Wu said in the confessional he thought Tony would beat him. We all knew it wasn't true, but he thought that was the case. So I think that Tony did a good job manipulating him to thinking that, yeah, we can sit next to each other. So I don't know. And then when it comes to, like, really, with their first game, it's relatively even. I did like Tony's first game more than Parvati's, but when it comes to their second win, Parvati's season was, 12 days long? Parvati's season...
Something like that, yeah.
With 14 people, I think. It was 14 people. Parvati's season only had 3 Survivor winners on it, right? Like, when it comes to winners at War that Tony won, it was all winners. There's no way you can tell me that the winners at War cast is a weaker cast than Australia versus the World. Like, anyone that would want to argue that with me, bro, like, I would I don't even understand your thought process behind thinking that cast is more of a threat all around than the winners at War.
I mean, the thought process is it's like saying that you're gonna say I'm gonna play a bunch of NBA champions and then you wheel out Jerry West. Like, literally wheel out Jerry West today. Then you say, I just beat an NBA champion, but you put Jerry West in a wheelchair out there.
Okay.
So then you're like,
I wouldn't compare Australia versus the World to a wheelchair cast, but like
Ethan Zahn was out there.
But comparing it to Listen,
Ethan Zahn was out there.
That's a good. What you mean? That's a solid player.
Ethan won season 3.
Yeah,
It was a good season.
it was a great season.
It was. It
They
was
had Lions. They had to look out for
20
Lions.
some years
remember?
ago.
It was, but he's
It was,
still
tw-
a good
it
winner.
was at that point 17 years prior.
He's still a threat to win, is he not?
Yeah.
Come on.
Have you seen him?
He
Have
was-
you seen how pretty he
the
is?
game was categorically different at that point.
It was.
What's your
There
point?
there was no 3-point line at that point.
So what do you call? Wait, whoa, wait.
No, I do think the immunity angle is the 3-point line of Survivor. That's a really good comp.
There was no 3-point line at that point. Like that's what I'm saying. Like he played a different game. So like you're saying you're saying like Tony's cast was like there was no 3-point line when some of these people played.
What do you mean? There was idols when Tony played. What do you mean?
Not Tony.
No, when Ethan played.
Oh, when Ethan played. Yeah, I mean it was a different era. That's not his fault.
No, you're saying what you said that the competition versus the competition. Like you said that you couldn't
Yes.
hear it.
Do
You wouldn't
want
wouldn't
me
hear
to
it.
Pull up the winners at Warcast right now.
The reason
Please.
the reason I don't want you to do that is because I did not watch enough Australian Survivor to tell you any credentials of anyone else outside of the Americans.
Listen, Natalie Anderson is on this season. Listen, we got Boston Rob, we got Sandra, Parvati, Yul Kwan, Wendell, Adam Klein, Tyson, Sophie, Kim Spradlin, Jeremy Collins, Denise, Ben Drybergen, Sarah Lucina, Michelle Fitzgerald, Natalie Anderson, Tony Vlachos. You cannot tell me that lineup with Ethan Zahn, Danny Boatwright, and Amber Mariano as well is not better than the Australia versus the World cast when there's literally like 3 winners total on the season. Like that's
Amber, no 3-point line. Ethan, no 3-point line. Danny, no 3-point line. Kim, no 3-point line.
Hold on.
Like,
We're about to
like
get a lot of no 3-point line people on 50. So is that how you feel about them being on?
Is that
yes.
true?
Like what are you talking about?
Mm.
But I'm talking about you're talking about a
true,
stacked cast.
Yeah, I think Winners of War was stacked when it comes to firepower compared to
100%.
All right.
I don't know.
I'm
That's how I
looking up
feel.
50 right now.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I just think it's
Wikipedia doesn't have the.
One thing I will say for both of them is that both Tony and Parvati don't get the win without having Scottie Pippen.
yeah.
Parv Scottie Pippen is obviously Suri.
Oh, I was going to say Eric.
No.
Yeah.
Suri is for Scottie, and Tony's was Trish in season 1, and then Sarah Lucina in season the second win.
Yeah. No, that's true. And I mean, respect to all of them, but like obviously if we're gonna rank, we gotta like give our reasonings why. So like obviously love Parvati, like I said, like love Tony, love Sandra. Sandra knows that. Like I love Sandra, like FaceTime her all the time. She's great, you know.
And I can get down with Sandra because like as we just said it right there, Sandra solo dolo. She don't need a second. She just goes out there and gets it done by herself.
So the only person who's playing in Survivor 50 who hasn't played during the Idol era is Jenna Lewis.
There's
The
only
last
one
season she
person?
played was All Stars. Yeah.
Oh,
of 24.
God. So there's only one person shooting
Yeah.
from with no 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else knows about the new aspect. So I think it'll be all right. I think everybody gets the gist of it. I don't think anyone's gonna be lost. Like what was it? Oh man, what was his name? Oh yeah, the guy we don't talk about on this season. Yeah, it rhymes with Skarner.
Which one?
It rhymes with Skarner.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. He was very out of place on his season. He was like, I don't know what's going on. Like it's like, all right.
Yeah.
So, what else happened around the community? The Specialist. Shout out to Philip Shepard. He got married recently. So, big shout out to
Philip
for tying the knot. The
Shout out
Specialist.
to married people.
Yes, sir, man. But hey, listen, this was a fun episode recap. This was definitely a longer one, but I mean, listen, when an episode is as cinema as this one was, you got to respect it and give it the attention it deserves. So I appreciate all of you guys tuning in. I mean, Jake, do you have any final thoughts on this episode?
I mean, we had 2 eliminations this week. It's bound to be a long episode.
Yeah. That is true. That is true.
Yep.
Kevin, you got any final thoughts, man?
Nope, that's it. It's bound to be a long one.
All right, man. Well, hey, we appreciate all you guys tuning in again. Once again, we don't know where this podcast is going. We just decided to start it, and it's been fun so far for sure. So listen, if you guys want to get more connected with us, if you guys want to drop questions for the show, go ahead and join the Discord, which is in the description of the video, and it's also going to be just like in the comment section, whatever, and you'll be able to find us there if you want to reach out. Drop whatever questions you have, and you can follow us on our socials as well, which you can find in the Discord. And I hope that you guys leave a like on the video because it seriously helps. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't, because we're going to be dropping these podcasts every week, it looks like, and we'll see exactly how things go, man. But we appreciate all you guys that are tuning in, and we hope we'll see you on the next one. So this is Rome's Reality Podcast signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.